What's up, fellas? Here with the week 8 review. Try to keep this one short as I just got to knock this out while I'm at work today. um, Obviously, we had waivers processed today. Didn't look like anybody big got picked up. Um, so I'm gonna jump into to the scores from the week. It's been obviously a disappointing season for myself, so I'm not quite enjoying things as much as I have maybe in the past. My matchup this week was against Dakota. I lost this one. It was 122 to 96. Looking at my team, struggling at quarterback. Justin Fields is out, so I threw in Geno Smith. I guess he got what he was projected to get, so I guess I can't be too upset with it there with basically 14 points. Austin Eckler had a decent day with 20. Got 10 out of Daryl Henderson. Nice waiver wire pickup there. All of my receivers decided to shit the bed outside of Ayuk, who had 13. All the other ones barely combined to get double digits. Had Gabe Davis on the bench, who had 19, so that was tough to see on Thursday night. Luckily, it would not have given me the win, so I can't beat myself up too much there. Nothing else to speak of in the lineup. Looking at Dakota's team, Tua got him 22. Brees Hall with a nice day with 18, but it was mainly on that one big play in the game. Garrett Wilson got 14. Godwin with 15. Keenan Allen got 11. Obviously, we thought, or I think most of us thought he would do a little bit better there. Jets defense with 10. So everybody played pretty well in his lineup outside of his top two players, Cup and Kelsey. They combined for about 13 points. You'd expect each of them to get that by themselves, um, but obviously didn't cost him this week. The big news on his team was DeAndre Hopkins on the bench, who had 33 points. That'll probably be his season high, but we'll see how it goes for him now that they got a quarterback that doesn't mind airing the ball out and tossing it down the field. Also had Javonte Williams on the bench with 17, Dalton Kincaid on the bench with 15, even KJ Osborne had 14 on the bench. I don't think that'll keep up. Although Vikings did add a new quarterback this week with Cousins going out, they traded for Josh Dobbs. So hopefully he can keep things moving forward for the Vikings. Next up, we got Dalton versus Jason C. This was Dalton won this one 132 to 105. Looking at Dalton's team led by Josh Allen with 29, CMC with 27. I imagine after they come back from their bye that he will score another touchdown and set the record for most games or most consecutive games with a touchdown. So for those of you who gamble, I'm sure the odds are probably not going to be in our favor, but it's almost in my mind it's a guarantee they're going to force feed him the ball until he can get in the end zone. Devontae Smith had 19 there. Giants defense and kicker with double digits. It's a nice day there. Darren Waller, I believe he got hurt in that game only with a point there. Nothing else to really talk about in his lineup. Looking at Jason C's team, Stafford got him 11. Left that game with a thumb injury, so I'm not sure what his status is moving forward. ETN continues to be very good this year, 24 points there. 11 out of Butker, got 12 out of his tight end Ingram, basically 11 out of Mostert. Nothing else going on his team to talk about. A lot of single-digit performances from most of the other guys there. And then looking at the benches here, nothing to really speak of. Next, well, actually, I'm going to hold that one to the end because that's the closest matchup. We have next up, we got Michael versus Jason F. Michael won this one 115 to 109. Michael's kind of coming up. I think he's got a few wins in a row now after creeping around the bottom. Looking at Jason's team, Mahomes struggled big time, 5.5 points. He was dealing with a little bit of the flu, I believe, and I know the weather wasn't great, but that's very tough to see, especially against a Denver team who we all know gave up 70 points to the Dolphins. And then surprisingly, that is who the Chiefs will play this week in Germany at like 9 o'clock in the morning here. McLaurin got him 15, Jerry Jeudy with 12, Ridley with 11, and Joku got him 16. He rolled with 2 tight ends this week. A little bit of a not something you typically see too often in regular fantasy. It's kind of more of a DFS situation. You will see that in occasionally. Chiefs and kicker both got him double digits. Kirk Cousins on the bench. If he would have played Kirk over Mahomes, he would have got the W. I don't believe any of us would have done that, but hindsight's 2020 here. Looking at Michael's team, Trevor Lawrence at 15, Joe Mixon with 19, Jordan Addison got 18. He's been really coming into his own. We'll see how he meshes with Dobbs, that he's in there, and also how he performs once they get Justin Jefferson back. Laporta was 16, -3 out of the Eagles defense. That's tough to see. Dallas kicker got him 13. Nothing else going on the team. Next up, we got Kenny versus Josh. Kenny won this one 158 to 103 or 104. Looking at Josh's team, Herbert did well with 24. Josh played Miles Sanders, who got him 0 points, and he was active and he got on the field a little bit. Clearly didn't do anything with it. Jamar Chase with 20. Trey McBride, a huge pickup there, 21. Not much else to talk about. Looking at Kenny's team, CJ Stroud got him 13. That was probably one of the most boring games I've ever watched. Obviously, all of us live in Carolina, or most of us live in Carolina, so we're forced watching Panthers every Sunday, and that game was tough to see. Jameer Gibbs had a huge day with 28, Tyreek Hill with 21, CD Lamb with 35, Hawkinson with 18, Jags defense got him 12. I mean, outside of Nakua getting 6 and maybe his kicker getting 3, and obviously CJ not quite performing like everybody exceeded, or I mean met or exceeded what they were you'd think they would do for the day. Had Sam Howell on the bench, who had 31. Marquise Brown on the bench with 12. So overall, great day for his team. Up next, we got Derek versus Garrett. Derek won this one 148 to 103. He was led by Prescott with 28. AJ Brown, just him and Hill are just dominating this year. 29. Pittman with 14. Thielen got him 11. Logan Thomas and DeAndre Swift both with 13. Kicker got him 16. Just really nice day out of his team. Had Brock Purdy on the bench with 18. Tyler Lockett on the bench with 18. Outside of the defense and James Cook, I mean, just double digits across the board. That's going to be tough to beat on a weekly basis. Looking at Garrett's team, Lamar Jackson struggled. Not really sure why. 12 points. Pollard struggled with 6. Obviously, I'm sure everybody is shooting trade offers over your way. Josh Jacobs did all right with 16. Mike Evans with 11. Sutton had 10. Jalen Waddle had 22. George Kittle had 19. And then just single digits out of the rest there. Tough playing Tyler Algier in the flex spot. Brandon Cooks on the bench with 12. Nothing else really going on there. And then the best matchup of the week, and maybe the one of the season as far as score goes, I'd have to look. But DJ won this matchup. It was 111.26 to Ray, who had 111.02. So very close matchup. Won it by 0.24 points, which is literally 3 yards. Like that's that's pretty crazy. Looking at DJ's team, we got Jalen Hurts with 27, Gus Edwards with a 3-touchdown day. Now that kind of pisses me off that I cut him after I spent all that money on him, but it probably won't happen again. He had a great matchup, 28 points there. St. Brown had 14. Deontay Johnson's back in the lineup with 13. Not much else going on there. Devontae Adams, the whole 2 points. I mean, that's tough. I remember DJ and Garrett giving me shit for Mike Evans and Devontae Adams, and I want to say since that happened, neither one has really done that great. So, just saying. Had Cowboys defense on the bench, who had 16. Russell Wilson on the bench with 18 there. Tyler Boyd on the bench with 12. Everybody performed pretty well in his lineup. I mean, you don't expect much out of Hubbard, in my opinion. Goddard got him 5.5. Maybe you want a little bit more there. Looking at Ray's team, rode with Joe Burrow this week, who did well, 28. Alvin Kamara with 25. Diggs with only 12. You expect probably a little bit better out of Diggs. Pacheco with 5. Considering that Mahomes was struggling in that game, you expect a little bit better out of him there. Jacoby Myers only got 2. Clearly, I guess the Raiders couldn't pass at all in that game. DJ Moore got him 8. Barkley with 14. That game was also I didn't watch it, but that game was also fucking horrible to watch, I'm sure. Lions defense on the bench of 14. If he plays Lions over the Seahawks, he gets the win, and that can really go either way, given, not that the Browns and the Raiders, either one has a good defense. Jordan Love on the bench with 14. Smith and Jigba with 11. So if he plays him over maybe Myers, maybe. I mean, I'm probably not doing that, but it's always an option. Obviously, we're looking at things after the fact. The defensive thing, that could really go either way. That's just kind of preference, in my opinion, there. But that wraps up things for the week. Obviously, we're past the halfway point. Um, DJ and Dalton are both 7-1, leading the pack. ESPN says 99% chance of making the playoffs. Kenny's at 97% chance of making the playoffs. Ray is at 85%. Dakota's at 74%, and then everybody else is under 50. Um, Garrett's all the way down at 4%, but never know. I mean, crazier things have happened, I'm sure. It looks like Dalton's on a 5-game win streak, and that's really the only thing significant. Jason C has lost 5 in a row after starting 3-0. So that's tough to see there, I guess. But that covers the video for the week. I wish you guys the best of luck, and I will see you guys next time.